Joining me now is Democratic Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. Senator, thank you so much for joining me. First, on Manu's reporting, would you want to see Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger on the Select Committee?
Well, Dana, I know Congressman Kinzinger, and I think he'd be a great addition to this committee. It's important that this be a functional and an effective and a bipartisan committee. And Adam Kinzinger is a congressman who showed real courage in demanding that we get to the bottom of what happened on January 6th. And along with Congresswoman Cheney, I think they would round out a bipartisan effort to get to the bottom of January 6th. We owe the men and women who serve and defend in the Capitol as members of the Capitol Police, no less.
Let's talk infrastructure. You have been involved in bipartisan talks. There has been optimism about meeting a new deadline, which is Monday. But the reality is there are still several issues to be worked out. One of them, Senator, as you know, is funding for more mass transit. It's proving to be so complicated and sticky that the lead GOP Senator, Rob Portman, told my colleague Manu Raju that it may have to be dropped from the bill. If that happened, would you still support it?
I would. This is a bold and ambitious infrastructure investment. The $579 billion in new spending across broadband and roads, rail and airports and seaports would be a generational investment. This would be the largest investment in infrastructure we've done in our lifetimes. And I think it'll create great, high-paying, high-skilled jobs. I think it'll make our country more competitive globally. And I think pulling off this big bipartisan bill will also show President Biden's deep commitment to working across the aisle to deliver real results the American people can see. The kinds of things that folks call my office about are really more potholes and the speed of Amtrak and whether or not they can take off from the Philadelphia airport on time than it is some of the more abstract issues that we debate in Washington. This will be a concrete solution that will help make our economy stronger and more successful in the future. And I think there are just a few issues left to iron out. You're right that transit's been one of them. Figuring out exactly how we pay for this whole bill's been the other. And the White House has been very engaged in these negotiations. I think by early next week, we'll have a final deal and be able to move to the Senate floor with it.
Well, while we're talking about it real quick, let me follow up on the transit issue. You said you'd be willing to vote for the package without that in it. Do you think it's just going to be dropped? I mean, is that your sense?
I don't know. There was still a significant gap between Senator Sherrod Brown and Senator Toomey of Pennsylvania. That's the chair and the ranking of the relevant committee. As I left Washington yesterday afternoon, the White House was actively engaged, frankly, because we are also going to be moving a large reconciliation bill. There will be a second opportunity for us later this year to invest in transit. Transit's something we all need across this country, but particularly in communities like here in the Philadelphia suburbs, where it's how people connect to their employment every day.
Well, let me ask you about that so-called reconciliation package. The House Speaker made clear yesterday that the House won't take up the bipartisan infrastructure bill until you and your colleagues in the Senate pass what's known as reconciliation. It's $3.5 trillion in funding. Is that pressure helpful?
Well, it's been clear from the majority leader, from Chuck Schumer, for weeks that before we can leave for the August recess, the Senate is going to have to take up and pass both this bipartisan infrastructure bill and the budget bill that will begin the process of this reconciliation package. That'll go on for several months more, but I think it's appropriate that we are trying to pass as much as we can of President Biden's bold plan, both for building physical infrastructure and for providing the investments that will reduce costs for working families across our country, costs from things like daycare and childcare, the cost of community college and drug prices, but also provide real investment to strengthen our recovery. I think we can get both of those done, but these next 2 weeks are critical, Dana. We're going to have to bear down, negotiate in good faith, and move forward with these two bills.
Before I let you go, just real quick, the FBI wrote a letter recently to you and to Senator Whitehouse acknowledging that the more than 4,000 tips they got during the Brett Kavanaugh nomination process, they were just transferred over to the White House. You were a key player in his nomination. You and Jeff Flake, the Republican, you delayed the committee hearing for a week in order to have the FBI do more of an investigation. Do you think at this point, looking back, it was a sham?
Well, Senator Whitehouse and I have been trying for nearly 2 years to get clear answers from the FBI. The FBI provides the background check process for cabinet officials and for senior judicial nominees and justices. I think what this letter did was it raised more questions than it answered. The idea that there were 4,500 Americans who reached out to this tip line to provide information and yet no further investigation was done really calls into question that confirmation process. We need to get more clarity on this about what happened, what should happen, and what will happen for future confirmation processes in order for me to rest more easily and in order for the public to have more confidence in the confirmation process in the Senate.
Senator Chris Coons from Delaware, thank you so much for your time this morning. Have a good weekend. And coming up.